And we're back, and we are talking libraries as we bring back one of our news partners, the SCLS, and we're talking specifically to people from the Sun Prairie Public Library. Svetha and Rex are here, so thank you for joining us. We're talking a little bit about National Library Week. First off, before we even get to what it is or a brief history, when is National Library Week? Are we in it right now?
Not yet. Next week we start officially April 10th.
April 10th,
yep,
okay.
The week of April 10th.
All right, so now a brief history. National Library Week, what is it?
Sure. Well, in the mid-1950s, there was growing concern that reading was being replaced with television, radio, and other forms of entertainment. And research was also pointing towards that.
That's still a concern, isn't
it?
It
is still a concern, yes. There are many things that interrupt the joy of reading. But then I think what happens is people, when they get back into reading, they realize how transformative just the process of reading a book and opening a book can be. So in 1958, the American Library Association partnered with the National Book Committee in the first celebration. 1958, the theme was Wake Up and Read. And every year since then, it's been celebrated, usually the second week in April. In 1974, the American Library Association, also known as the ALA, assumed full sponsorship for the program.
Excellent. And reading, I mean, so important. It's so funny. My wife and daughter go to the library every week and getting out new books, and she's 8 years old and loves to read. So at least we've been able to instill that in her. Not so much the son, but our daughter, really good. So as far as public libraries go in the state of Wisconsin, how many are we looking at? Pretty big state. How many libraries do we have?
There are currently 383 public libraries in Wisconsin. And then in addition, you have to add the private libraries, college libraries, and school libraries.
Wow, okay, so quite a big number there.
Quite a big number.
What do they figure as far as people that are going to libraries? How many people attend the library then?
Well, the DPI collects data on that, and in 2014, there were 30.6 million people visiting our libraries, and those people checked out 63.6 million items.
Okay, wow. I'm going to say that's got to be people going multiple times. I think there's only like, what, 8 or 9 million people in Wisconsin? Is that right?
Right.
So that's a lot of stuff going in and out and all of that. Tell me a little bit, too. There's a campaign, I guess, that's going on through the American Library Association called Libraries Transform as a campaign. What is all that about?
Sure. That Libraries Transform is the public awareness campaign of the American Library Association. And Libraries Transform is a campaign slogan that the American Library Association is using as kind of a two-way direction, a symbiotic relationship between the community and the library. So libraries are transforming communities by bringing lifelong experiences to their residents. But then communities are also transforming libraries by being involved, letting libraries and library staff know what their needs are. So you'll see that libraries also are changing in ways to fit the needs of their community. So it's a two-way relationship. It's holistic and organic, and it's a relationship.
And let's talk about some of those changes, because it's more than just books now at the library. As times have changed, libraries have to change with it. So how are people using the library besides just checking out books?
Yeah, well, certainly books, especially the physical book, still continues to be the #1 reason people come to the library. But there are many things that you can check out at the library. Obviously, there's other forms of media, DVDs for films, Blu-rays, music CDs, but there are also digital resources, electronic books, audio books, streaming. People also come into the library to check out unusual things, like for the hobbyist. You could come in to some libraries where they may have gardening supplies for you to check out, or cookware, things that you may not necessarily want to store in your house, but it's available for you at your public library. People also come to the library just as a sense of place. So you can come to the library for a place for solitude and quiet, or maybe a collaborative workspace to work with friends, computer lab. And of course, many events and programs are at the library, whether it's entertainment or educational, something for all ages. Really.
Lots of ways to check it out. Svetha and Rex, thanks for being here. We're out of time. So again, yeah, library, check it out. We'll be back. More Talk of the Town next year on Channel 57.